is a quick public service announcement from Ability Science. Hey, what's up guys? Just wanted to take a break from studying real quick to address something. So for whatever reason, the past couple of days, I've been seeing this video being shared all around Facebook. It's a video that's talking about the effect of chemotherapy. It has a naturopathic physician. His name is Dr. Peter Glidden, and he's answering some questions, and he's talking about the success of chemotherapy. And he says in the video that 97% of the time, people who receive chemotherapy end up not making it. And it's because of the toxic effects of these drugs, and that doctors know this, and they know that it's killing people, and they're still giving them to them anyway. I wanted to take a quick second to just talk about scientific literacy and the importance of scientific literacy in everything that we do. Jim and I really kind of scrutinize the stuff that we share and post to the website to make sure that the content is beneficial. That takes a certain level of scientific literacy. I wanted to take a look at the study that this doctor was citing and see what he was actually saying and find out if there's any truth to it. So where he's getting this number from is there was a study done in Australia that looked at all of the cancer patients in Australia. It wasn't looking at these patients received chemotherapy, every single one of them, and how did it affect each of them, but it took all of the cancer patients combined. And then it looked into how many of them received chemotherapy and how much of a contribution did chemotherapy make to their overall treatment. So we have to keep in mind a couple of things. To treat cancer, there's lots of different therapies. There's surgery, there's radiation therapy, there's hormonal therapy, and there's immunotherapies. And all of these things contribute to the survival of the patient. This one study specifically looked at what contribution did chemotherapy make to the 5-year survival of the patients that were selected. And the determination was that it contributed about 2 to 3%, 2.3% in Australia, 2.1% in the United States. What you can't do is then take that number and extrapolate it out to mean that all patients that received chemotherapy, of them, 3% survived and 97% did not. That's not what the study means. What the study means is that of all of the treatments that these patients received, chemotherapy contributed about 2.3%. Now, just to make sure that we're on the same page here, we have to keep in mind that the overall survival of cancer is 60% using all of the different treatments that we have. So to say that chemotherapy causes only 2% survival is just a gross exaggeration of the data. Now that may seem low because the thought is that chemotherapy is the mainstay of cancer treatment, and that's true for certain cancers. However, for breast cancer, let's say, chemotherapy is not really used that often. We use surgical procedures and radiation therapies and some immunotherapies more than we use chemotherapy. And so for breast cancer, any breast cancer cases, the utilization would be 0, which means that would drag down the overall utilization rate. So you can see how this number may be affected and why that 2.3% or 2 to 3% number comes up. So when you hear numbers that seem extraordinary, that seem very far off, it's best to take some time to do a little bit of research on your own, to think about that, and to see whether or not that's actually true. I saw a lot of people sharing this. I saw a lot of people commenting on it and saying, oh, this is terrible. And I just wanted to draw attention to the fact that this is a severe misrepresentation of the actual scientific paper. If you have questions, there are plenty of resources out there that you can utilize. Obviously, I mean, our website is more geared towards musculoskeletal, but Jim and I would be happy to help you work through studies and try to figure this stuff out, because the main thing is that for the average population, and even for us in medicine, maintaining a certain level of scientific literacy and being able to analyze what are good studies and what are not, that takes practice. It's something that we're working on, and we would love to help you work on it if you have questions about certain things, because misinformation like this being shared over social media does not help people. If that deters somebody from undergoing chemotherapy that could potentially save their life, I don't even know. I mean, that's such a terrible thing that I don't even want to think about that. So I wanted to take a few seconds to just talk about this and kind of plant the flag, because it's been going around a lot today. If you see that video somewhere and you want to share or post our video, that's fine. If you want to, hopefully use this as a way to generate a discussion and we can come to a conclusion together so that you can utilize those numbers, those facts to try to weigh out against people. The one thing I don't want to have happen is people watch this video and somebody with a family member or something who's undergoing chemo is now scared that doctors are giving them poison and trying to end their life shorter, or trying to make money off of them or something like that. It's already a terrible time in their life. They don't need more misinformation making it more difficult. So hopefully this kind of helps shed a little bit of light into that. Hopefully it can provide some people with a little bit of peace and relaxation. And if you guys have questions, comment and stuff down below. That's it. Now I gotta get back to studying. So take care. We'll see you guys again real soon.